So CLINT419 from Cortez, you know the brand, you know the founder, you know the vibes. He does these things where he does these like 4 image carousel things where, give you the vibes of what he's been up to lately, I'm guessing. Usually showing you some cool place he's been at, maybe some cool fit, some new possession he's got, some new car, just a little flex thing, right? Everyone kind of does this, right? Little image dump for the month. If you like to make you feel like you're not really on social media too much, like you're living life, you're having a good time, blah, 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 blah. And they kind of, they're kind of what they are. Everyone kind of does them. I'd never really get triggered by these things, but I guess some people maybe do get triggered by these things. So he posts this. People sometimes respond to them. People sometimes don't respond to them. But I guess this particular time, for whatever reason, this particular group of pictures made someone's reply in the Twitter replies with the following: the designs are getting worse. Where's the creativity and uniqueness? Now, this is not him dropping clothes for Cortez. He usually does this with his separate Cortez account. But this is just him showing his lifestyle shit, right? So some fan wasn't, responded the way they responded. And again, a random person online. For some reason, Clint took this as an affront. He took this as some sort of insult. He took this as some sort of challenge or some sort of critique without warrant. And he decided to turn this one comment into a design challenge, where he then told people, or this particular person, he told him, Mr. Fashionista, I'll give you 18 hours to design a 10-piece collection. If I think it's good, I'll put 5,000 in your bank account. You're talking, so let's see your workings. So I find this really strange because what he said wasn't really that bad. It obviously wasn't in context of what he posted. Don't get me wrong. That might be annoying, where you're just trying to post some lifestyle fun things, a little photo dump, and someone's talking about your designs being not unique and a bit boring and wank. But I don't think the inability to not take criticism is kind of troubling, It's kind of troubling to take every criticism as like, okay, cool, if you criticize me, you have to be able to design better than me. Doesn't really make any sense, really, because people can critique your work without them needing to do your work or without them needing to be designers. But I think this might be a very uniquely UK thing. Maybe it's a very unique UK thing. I think a lot of even just musicians, artists in general, they really can't take criticism either. They take it very personally. I know sometimes work is an extension of yourself, but they take it more as an affront, and they sometimes dismiss people's critique, the people's feedback. If they think you're lame, if they think you look like a pussy, if they think they can beat you up, if they think they got more money than you, they're buffer, whatever. It's a weird thing. But I don't think that reply warranted this kind of, talking to. And the tone of it is very, it's almost I won't say it's demeaning, but it's kind of like he has this tone that he speaks in, which I'm not too sure if it's because of his personality, if it's because of his success, which I understand, because I think he might be like in his mid-20s or something, right? Or maybe late 20s. But let's imagine he's in his late 20s. Let's imagine he's like 26, mid-20s, right? Let's say he's mid-20s. And let's say he founded Cortez when he was like in his early 20s, maybe just about leaving his teenage years. He's made himself a multi-millionaire through clothing and shit that he probably was designing in his room, cutting up stuff, putting fucking, heat transfer printing papers, heat transfer t-shirt, designs he was doing, shipping stuff out via Royal Mail, hand to hand and whatever. And he's built it into an empire where he's collaborating with Nike. Maybe if you do that, it's kind of hard to not be humble, to not be chill, and to not have this type of an ego, and to not be so fucking easily triggered. Maybe it's just really hard. Again, because I haven't been that person. I haven't been a kid that's like started a streetwear brand from zero and taking it to like heady heights where I'm doing these crazy drops around the world and kids are going fucking crazy. Maybe that just is impossible not to be chill. But I find the way that he talks to people, especially his fans, because a lot of these people, even though what he's saying isn't the most positive thing in the world, I think a lot of people that engage with his content or follow him are definitely fans. I don't think if you're not a fan, you're not going to follow him. You can't hate follow someone like this. It's a bit, the content's a little bit too much in your face. You're going to just get angry and upset and a bit jealous or whatever. But I think the majority of people that follow him are definitely fans of his. So to talk down to your fans like this and to challenge them to design better pieces if they think your stuff is shit, just because they have a critique about it, is odd. Because he could have easily just ignored this, but he didn't. Use it as a point to turn it into a design challenge. But a design challenge, I don't have a problem with. People are complaining that Clint is maybe doing these things to get free labor. I don't think that's the case. I honestly do think he seems to be quite thin-skinned in terms of his designs, which I don't think is a slight. I think that applies to everybody in the arts, entertainment. You're going to be somewhat sensitive to the stuff you put out. I personally think in this internet age, you have to develop a little bit of a thicker skin. Not a little bit, a very, very much so thick skin. Because everyone's going to have something to say about something, especially if you're successful. Especially, you know, if you've got fucking tall poppy syndrome and shit, you're definitely going to get way more pelters. But you just have to kind of be able to take it and move with grace and just, you know, act like water off a duck's back and shit. That's what you basically have to do, I would imagine. But he doesn't move that way. He does his things his way. So he decided to turn it into a design challenge. And the design challenge was interesting, to say the least, because some of the designs were really, really good. Like, some of them were really, really good. Some of them were really bad. But some people are basically saying that he just did this to get free labor. I don't think that's the case. And I think it also... it's a weird interpretation, because I feel like people online overestimate ideas, the value of an idea. Like this particular line sheet I have here on the screen, the value of this line sheet is there's no value to this unless this stuff gets made. And I've been the same person. I've been a procrastinator. I've been somebody that's been able to make these sort of line sheet, make these sort of CAD drawings, whatever. Think of ideas for t-shirts and whatever. And some of the stuff that I've got on my lacy hard drives, unfortunately, because I didn't put it out at the time that I should have put it out, the moment's gone now. It's not going to hit the same. I have loads of cool ideas that I had for shirts, for parties I used to promote, magazines I wanted to put out, brands I had ideas for, and now the moment's gone, you know? So you kind of have to strike while the iron's hot and just kind of put stuff out there. But your ideas aren't worth anything if you don't put them out there, if you don't put your money where your mouth is, if you don't ship, if you don't have people touching it, feeling it, wearing it. It doesn't matter. So even though this can look like he's getting free labor, it's also an opportunity for the people who are designing this sort of stuff to get the ideas out for the stuff that maybe they had for their own brand, recontextualize it for Cortez, or to design specifically for him and for the brand, win the money, get some exposure, and be able to maybe get the confidence to maybe put that money into their own brand. Because I think that's what he does it for. I don't think he does it for like, oh, let me just get some cool ideas. I think he does it because he wants to put a battery in other people's backs and show them how easy it is to get started. Because, hey, I did it. You guys are critiquing me because I'm the one that took a chance to put my money where my mouth is and to put my ideas out there. You guys should also take some risk, because you got cool. Like, this guy's ideas are really cool. This guy, what he did here, there's some really cool pieces here in this particular guy's designs. I even love how he illustrated it, to be fair. The illustrations, or how he colored everything in, or I guess, because I think this is not even the canon. I think he illustrated it himself. Yeah, these are all his own original kind of templates that he's done as well and sketched out. These are really fucking nice. This denim set, the cargo set, the leather jacket and denim set. He's kind of styled a lot of the pieces too. Some of the graphics on the hoodie, that's really cool, with the woman with the bulldog. This is really cool. Also, the Snoop Dogg jacket probably doesn't fit Cortez because he's an American rapper. Maybe put DW on there, might be a bit better. I don't think that's a Chinatown thing. I don't think that would work for them either. But the stuff looks pretty cool. There's some good shit on here. So I think he does this on purpose to kind of inspire people to kind of go out there and make their own shit. But some people aren't responding well to it and thinking that he's doing this just for free ideas, which I think, again, puts way too much value on people's ideas and doesn't put enough value on the fact that you have to ship this stuff, and kind of makes me think a lot of people kind of just think these ideas are worth things because they're just an idea, when really the worth is in it getting printed. Because even this, as good as this line sheet is here, this one that he's got here is really cool. The graphic design on this is really fucking cool. A lot of this stuff just needs to be printed first to be able to see if it kind of bangs the way it should bang, you know? You have 22 hours to design, so it's really fucking interesting and funny. Taking one of these tweets. This is one of my favorite pieces, by the way. This guy made this down jacket that you would imagine want to work on himself. This is really fucking cool. Taking the idea of that Montclair Batman jacket, I think from back in the day, or Spider-Man one that came out a while back, and basically turning that Cortez C into the lines of the fucking down jacket is really fucking cool. He even added the logo here on top of the hood. That's a really cool design. That custom zip as well there. That's a really fucking cool design that kid did. So a lot of really cool designs came from this. I think the people that designed it probably had fun with it. I'm sure when I was doing line sheets like this, it was fun to do, just to kind of make up, you know, fictitious brands and just have them on your fucking hard drive. It was always really cool. So I'm sure the people that did this didn't feel like they were being exploited. They had a deadline, 24 hours to design what they designed, and he's gonna, you know, send you over 5k if you win, and you get to kind of flex your design chops. You get to respond to a design brief, which is basically seeing what Cortis have done in the past and trying to make something that they would want to, that you could see them making. Basically, it's not really a design challenge for you to show what your brand would look like. It's more so, if you were hired by Cortis as a designer, what would you put forward? And some of this stuff looks like it could be made by Cortis easily, like easily. This stuff looks like definitely stuff that they would do. I could definitely see that being something that they could kind of work on. His one he liked so far was the one I just showed you. Best I've seen so far. Would have used different fonts and some other adjustable colors on some of the pieces and presented the varsity differently, but that's a minor. I can somewhat imagine these being real clothes, which is the point. Great shit. Somebody went up this tomorrow. So that's his favorite one. That one I just showed you. Whoever she's talking about. Okay, cool. Oh, and this is somebody obviously criticizing Cortis. This lady says he does this once a year, gathers everyone's ideas, reshapes them, combines them with others, and profits significantly beyond 5k. It's a classic case of undervaluing creative process and the people behind it. If you truly value the ideas, you'd invest in them directly. That isn't true though. I think this is a misnomer. I've never seen Cortis take people's ideas and just implement them into their line or into their collection. I don't think that's true. I think whenever he's done this, someone has won, and that's been it. I don't even think I've even seen anything being put in production. I think that's a lie. People need to you need to present evidence. You can't just say somebody's stealing people's ideas without presenting the evidence of them stealing people's ideas. Like, you need to show proof. I've not seen that. Yes, this challenge thing and how he talks to his fans is a little bit patronizing, right? It's a bit patronizing. He comes across like a cunt sometimes. I don't think it's intentional. I just think it's the industry you're in, you know, being as young as he is, being as rich as he is, successful as he is. It's unlikely you're going to be humble and low key and chill. You're probably going to think your shit doesn't stink because you've legitimately, like I said, you've taken printing, you know, on heat transfer paper, t-shirts and shit suddenly into a fucking fashion empire, streetwear empire, and you've got no physical store, you have limited online releases, and you're still selling crazy amounts of gear, crazy amounts of SKUs. He's got a massive warehouse, Nike collaborations, more Nike collaborations coming this year. Like, he's doing very, very well for himself. So that probably makes him have this type of snarky, condescending, you know, looking down type of attitude. When he speaks in interviews, he comes across really well. That's an odd thing. I think he comes across way better when he's speaking in interviews as opposed to his social media. His social media presence, or his persona on social media, it kind of reminds me of Tremaine Emery in a way, because I met Tremaine Emery many years ago. He's really cool in real life, but when he goes online, he kind of sounds like a bit of an arsehole. He kind of sounds like a bit of a wanker, you know? But in real life, I swear, that guy is safe, super safe. And I think the same thing is probably happens with Clint. I bet you he's way nicer in person as he is in social. But for whatever reason, he just comes across weird on social. But I don't think it's fair to say that he's just stealing people's ideas, because I haven't seen evidence of it so far. He does this design challenge. People respond to it. They seem to like it. And it goes where it goes. Here's another one. Someone says, I haven't slept a wink. Anyway, here's my submission. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Yes, the guy saying he's haven't slept a wink is something, but these are all ideas that he's putting out there that, who knows, may result in him being hired. Or it's a chance to win 5,000. So he stayed up, for like a few hours to knock something out on Photoshop or Illustrator. And now you have a chance to have 5k in your bank account. You know, I don't know if this person's employed or not employed. That 5k is going to go a long way, man. And this stuff looks pretty hard. This stuff looks like something I'd see Cortis making. Like, this looks really fucking good. This stuff looks really, really, especially the denim sets. Like, this stuff looks definitely that stuff I would definitely could see Cortis making in themselves. I especially like that. I love that bulletproof t-shirt design, I'm not gonna lie. That's a really cool design, actually. So I don't have a problem with it. The designers who are being lazy, or not being lazy, who are procrastinating, let's say, like I would have done, the one who are procrastinating are being put to challenge. And I love this t-shirt. Look at this one. This is really cool. Somebody made a t-shirt that features Diddy on there, like a obviously taking a piss. It features Diddy, Is that baby oil? Did he? Is that, yeah, no? There's some sort of baby oil thing. Cortez rules the world. Cortez on one side, rules the world on the other side, and on the back has got a big screenshot of a tweet of Clint saying, "You need that Diddy mentality when it comes to shit. If you want it, you chase it, you get it, then you tweet about it," which is a very, a very suspect and a very dicey tweet considering what Diddy's been accused of. But that's a really funny one, and I think Clint said he's gonna, as a joke, he's probably gonna make that for the next drop. You've got another guy here, another submission, which I really like. This is a little bit too Balenciaga, ish for me in terms of the silhouettes and the shapes. Personally, I think the jersey, the Barcelona jersey, is pretty cool, but I think some of the shapes, they're a little bit too fashiony, mensweary, sheeny, whatever. But this is still very well done, and probably didn't take that person too long. I've done a lot of line sheets, and if you're good at graphic design, you could knock out this stuff easily. It doesn't really take that long, honestly. And the potential to win £5,000, or maybe even be hired by Cortez to work within their design team, that kind of opportunity to carve out a couple of hours in your day to do so isn't that bad. Some good shit on here, man. Some good shit. The parka, the waterproof thing, the denim jacket is really nice on here. This other person submitted. So I'm curious to see who actually won. I wonder who actually won. Does he tell you us who won? Another person too. No sleep, no fancy graphics, just some products that would actually sell, win or don't. I really enjoyed this. See, everyone enjoyed it. Yeah, people enjoy doing this sort of shit. Having these design propositions and these challenges, put out these briefs, and then kind of using your design chops to kind of make some stuff and see if it works, see if people want to buy it, or see if you win the competition, and see if maybe you can win some money. This stuff is really cool, man. This stuff is really fucking cool. This actually looks like stuff that he would make, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. This actually does look very Cortez-like, especially this Arsenal. Oh, look at that. That kind of, this Arsenal parody flip thing. This is definitely something I could definitely see Arsenal putting together. I mean, Cortez putting together. This like 90, it feels like a 98 era jersey. Reminds me of Ian Wright and Bergkamp in them, man. And there's also an Italy jersey too. This is really good. The stuff so it also shows that his fans are also kind of tapped in. They know what I want. They could design good stuff. There's another person too. Clint says this is fucking hard. The varsity is really nice, by the way. That belt is really cool too. I love that people are I love that he's just sketched it, by the way. He didn't even try to use the PSDs or the templates that were supplied. He just sketched it himself. This looks really cool. This is what makes it pop a little bit more. That camo set is so fucking hard, by the way. Oof, that camo set I'd wear in a heartbeat. That is so good with the matching hat. That is so good. That denim suit also is really good as well. Oh, there's a polo that's got the logo. Oh, that's a good logo, isn't it? Is that a flip of a Lamborghini or a Lamborghini badge? I love that. That's very simple but very effective. That flip there, Cortez London. That feels like a Lamborghini flip, or maybe a Porsche. I forgot what badge it is, but it looks really cool. Or maybe a Porsche badge. I think that's a Porsche badge, and then also a matching tracksuit. Oh, that shell tracksuit, Jack. This is all original as well. Hand sketched, and obviously maybe gone over in Photoshop. This is so fucking cool. This person killed it. Who's this one? More Winson. Yeah, More Winswin. Or More what's that? More Winswin. This is definitely my favorite. This guy's my favorite. I think he's my favorite. That guy's definitely my favorite. What we said here, and then an update here courtesy of Clint. He says, if you're a designer and a brand asks you to design something for them, please look at what the brand has done in the past and make sure that you're making in line to the brand identity styles, and seeing a lot of these that don't fit into the Cortez walls. Understand the task. It's always about who can fit the most logos on a brand. It isn't always about who fits the most logos. Think about what your designs would interpret for the real world. Is that going to look nice on somebody's body, or does it just look nice on the screen because you use a lot of effects and overlays? That's a really good point, actually, which is probably why this works so well, because this looks like it would look well on the body. There's not a lot of crazy effects and overlays, and it does look like something that you would definitely see them produce. Another one, 10 pieces inspired by London. Another one too, Mexico. Oh, that Mexican shirt is really nice, actually. What else? 3 hours. You won. I'm really curious. Oh, look at that. Was another one. Damn, son. People are going crazy, innit? That's actually really hard. I love this. This is actually, that jacket is actually quite hard. I actually love the hand-drawn. The hand-drawn stuff is really cool. That's really fucking cool with the flame emoji or the flame design. That's pretty cool. I designed a piece of 10 quid. All I got for this is a tee. That's really cool. And what you call it? Timberland boots as well. Wow. I'm not mad at this in the slightest. Who actually won? Who fucking won? I'm curious to see who we picked. Fuck, another one fucking slaps. Yeah, that's really cool too. That one's really nice as well. Who won? Let me see who won. Who freaking won? Well, look at that. Oh, there's some really talented people within the Cortez fan base, man. Fucking hell, this stuff is really fucking good. Like, really, really good. I'd wear quite a few of this stuff, honestly. This was put into production. I'd wear a bunch of this stuff. Some of the hats, the jackets, the gloves, the down jackets. Time's up. Who won? Who won? Oh yeah, this is the final. The final image is fucking hilarious, by the way. He's good for this sort of stuff, isn't it? Trolling, pushing buttons. 2026 looking good, thank you. He printed all of the things onto paper and put them up on a pinboard. Absolutely hilarious. You know, called CLINT419 by name, CLINT419 by nature. That's absolutely hilarious. Putting it all on the board and saying thank you for 2026. You've made me a happy man. I don't have to work anymore. No effort needed. I've got all the designs here on the on the screen coming up. Absolutely brilliant. Great to see. No idea who won just yet, but I guess we'll end up finding out very, very soon. But like I said, I think the criticism against him is a bit, a little bit OTT. I understand when people are upset, but let's chill out a little bit. Let's chill out a little bit. Let's chill out a little bit, if you don't mind.